Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Michael. Michael is from Atlanta in Georgia in the USA. So let's see what Michael has to say. Enjoy the interview. Yes, I can hear you. How are you, Michael?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
I am honored. Thank you. This is going to be fun.
Michael, so how's your day been so far?
Well, it's been up and I've had coffee. That's it. I've had coffee and I've showered. That's the extent of my day. It's 10 o'clock here. So, and because I'm a teacher and I'm up at 5:30, 5 o'clock during the week, Saturdays and Sundays, I'm more inclined to sleep in.
Right.
So I got up about 8. Coffee, breakfast,
Do you consider yourself to be an early person or an evening person, a day or night person?
Well, I would like to think, because for 20 years I was in the restaurant business, and so I was a night person, but now as a teacher, that's So I'm up at 5:30 every morning, and I'm in bed by 9:30 or 10. So I'm definitely not a night out anymore. But, it's okay. I like what I do, and I like being able to be in the class. I like the stability of what I do. I like being with the kids. I like being with, I just love what I do. So
I see.
it's
Tell me a
fun.
little bit about your career as a teacher.
So I came really late to the game. This is my third career. So I was in the restaurant service industry for 20 years, and then went back to college and got my degree in public relations, and became a public relations person, and hated it. Like
Wow.
steal my soul, hated that job. And I thought, I've always, ever since I was 8 years old, I wanted to be a teacher. And my family was all like, no, Michael, don't be a teacher. They don't make enough money. And while that is true, you can't really put a price on the joy and the happiness that being a teacher brings me. I get to hang out with 16-year-olds all day, which is kind of awesome and infuriating all at the same time. But it's just kind of cool to have that relationship and build that bond, and get to see them become really cool human beings. So I love it. And I've been doing it for 13 years now. It's they're making it kind of difficult for us to do our jobs these days over here. I don't know what it's like where you are, but I'm going to persevere as long as I can, and then see what's next on the horizon.
Amazing, Michael. And tell me, where are you from, Michael?
I live in Atlanta, and I was actually born in Atlanta. So not a lot of people get to say that. Not a lot of people are natives and still living here. Now, I did move to South Carolina. My family moved to South Carolina when I was like 2, and I lived there until I was 17 or 18, and then I moved back to Atlanta, and I've been back ever since. So it's a longer amount of time than I'm really willing to go on internet and say, but it's been a while. I've lived here for quite a while. So I'm a native.
Amazing. I had a few guests on the show from Atlanta, and as you've been living there for so long, what's the best part of living in Atlanta? What's something that I only can find in Atlanta? I cannot find anywhere else in the US. Something unique, special.
Okay, so a lot of people would say, people say a couple things. I would say there's a few things. So first of all, there's this place that I live very near called Stone Mountain. And it's this big mountain that sort of juts up out of the middle of nowhere. There's not another mountain around it. And so you just all of a sudden you see this mountain, and it's really kind of cool. It's a little problematic because it was the center of the Southern Confederacy, which is a pretty dark time in American history, especially the history of the South. But it's actually really, they've got this beautiful park, and you can climb to the top of it and see the entire city. They've got this frieze, this stone carving on the front of it, which is nice and not all at the same time, just given who it is. So there's that. Then there's this other place. I don't eat there personally, but it's called the Varsity, and it is unique to Atlanta. I've never seen another one like it. They've got burgers and hot dogs and all this really, really food that is really bad for you, but it's a staple. It's been in Atlanta since the 20s or the 30s, and
Wow.
consistent. And it's like a drive-in, and people really love it. And I don't eat there because I don't eat fast food, but like it's a thing. It's like if you were to come to Atlanta, I'd be like, okay, we'll go to the Varsity, we'll go to Stone Mountain, we'll do these things. Like that's what I would do with you if you came to my city.
Deal. I'm already looking forward to it.
Atlanta's pretty cool. It's a nice sized city. It's not like New York or Boston in terms of size, but it's still like it's still very city feeling. But you get a lot of the things that you like about living in a not big city.
I heard as well that there is Atlanta is like a blue button in the middle of the reddish area.
Well, I was going to stay away from all that political stuff, but if you want to go there, I can.
No. It was just like somebody make a comment. It just made my day because I didn't know about that. I was like, oh, that's interesting to know. You know what I mean? So I think it was a very interesting. It's very diverse as well city.
Right.
Yeah.
And I live in a part of Atlanta called Clarkston, and Clarkston is like, and one of the things I love about living here is that we take in Clarkston more refugees than any city or any municipality around us, or in Georgia for that matter. So it like you walk down the street or you drive down the street in my city where I live, and you will see women in hijabs, and you'll see men in like whatever, like the traditional Indian garb. You see everything here, and it's such a joy to live in such a diverse place. It's very cool.
Very good. That's why your mug is red. I'm joking. I'm just teasing you.
My mug is red because it says "hot now," and so another place that I would take you in Atlanta, except that it burned down, is the Krispy Kreme. And if you see this sign in Krispy Kreme, it means that they have donuts that they've just made and they're ready now and they're hot and they're like at 3 a.m. after you're coming out of the bar. That's what you want. Like that sugar, and they're amazing.
I'll just tease you. Okay, Michael, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of view?
Sure, love to. Let's do it.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Random questions, okay? I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question.
Okay.
Let's do it. Okay, Michael, so through the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, I always can change, okay? It's all very friendly, okay?
Okay.
First question is, would you rather be invisible or be able to fly? And what would you do?
Oh, I'd rather be invisible because I'd want to sit in on the conversations that I think people have about me, that they're probably not having about me, but I think that they are. And I think it would be kind of cool to be invisible, just like to go and like sit in on meetings that I'm not supposed to be in, so I can find out like professionally what's going on, and people who will tell me, who would not tell me the truth, but would tell the truth in another city where, so, you know, I think it'd be, now I'd love to be able to fly, but nah, I want to be invisible for sure.
Imagine you being on those like private meetings that you're never going to be able to be there to see what they're talking about. Imagine how amazing.
Right.
Wow.
And then I could go and speak the truth.
You're gonna write like a book before you come out to say all the truth behind those meetings. Oh my God, it would be the best sale ever.
Everywhere, right? And I would like go into the White House and sneak in and expose everything and know all the things, and then I'd make a lot of money by blackmailing people. No, I wouldn't do that.
I think you would. I'm joking.
I probably would.
Next question. Michael from Atlanta. Next question is, what would your ideal life look like?
I would have enough money to travel whenever I wanted to and be unencumbered by having to go out to work every day. I love my job. I love what I do. But so this is my plan if I ever win the lottery. If I ever win the lottery, which I got to check my tickets from last night, so let's keep our fingers crossed. But if I ever win the lottery, I would go immediately. I would fulfill my contract at my job now, but then I would go immediately and start going to. I'm a beach guy. I love the beach. I love being at the ocean, and I have to be very careful because I'm my skin. But anyway, I would start buying properties at the beach, at different beaches, so that I could go to whatever beach I wanted to go to whenever I wanted to, and I could rent them out while I'm not there so that I could keep money coming in. So that is what I would do if I had all the money in the world.
That
if I
would
could
be
do what I want to do.
that would be your biggest splurge, the first one?
No, I wouldn't. I would buy simple places because I'm not like that guy, right? Like I want a bedroom, a bathroom, a living area, and a kitchen, and that's it. And maybe and a lot of outside, like a deck on the beach. I don't need like big and grand and all that. It's not who I am, and I don't feel like that is what a vacation home should be either. So it would be 2 bedrooms, maybe 3, so I could have friends over. A nice kitchen because I love to cook.
Wow.
And a lot of outdoor space so that we could be at the beach and watch the beach and be on the beach. That'd be probably it.
What do you like to cook the most?
Well, I try to eat really healthy. So what you're gonna find in my kitchen is a bunch of chicken, a bunch of broccoli, a bunch of turkey. When I'm splurging, if I'm trying to impress a man, then I cook lasagna because my lasagna rocks. It's so good. But I also make the sauce from scratch. And so that's kind of cool. It never fails. If I cook you lasagna, you're going to be my boyfriend. Period.
Oh my God.
It always works out that way.
When I like challenge, when I come to Atlanta for the first time, I would like to try this lasagna, and I'll make it for you for sure.
Deal.
Look, it's recording. Everyone can see it. Okay.
Right. Damn. But I also try to work. I work really hard to make my healthy food taste good. So at my age, I'm getting ready to get into the fitness business. I'm getting ready to become a personal trainer. And I just want to like stay healthy for as long as I can. So I eat healthy, I work out, I take care of myself. So that's what I cook, healthy. Boring.
Boring, but you always keep behind the scene, the lasagna, you know what I mean? To make things happen.
Mm-hmm. Meat and cheese. Lots of meat, lots of cheese.
Next question. That's it. Michael, as you're saying about fitness, gym, as I can see, you're a gym guy, yeah? Gym always being, the fitness world always being around your life?
So I've always gone to the gym since I was 16. I've been really good about it at times. I've been really not good about it at times, but it's always been there. About 10 or 12 years ago, I decided to leave my last partner. I decided it was not working, and I was approaching 50.
Right.
And I was like, okay, if I don't do something, like I'm gonna either be alone the rest of my life or I'm gonna be with someone that I don't physically want to be, you know what I mean? So I started working on improving. It started out to be about my looks, right? And that for me wasn't sustainable because I care about what I look like, but I also want to be healthy. And so I made it about my health and about staying healthy for as long as I can and being like, not being a burden to my family and being able to move and being able to do things. So I go to the gym 6 days a week and I take it pretty seriously. But it's about my health. And it was so funny because like when the pandemic hit and we couldn't go to the gym, like I got depressed. I got so depressed, and I was trying to find workouts at home, and I was talking to a friend. I got a friend who's a trainer out in California, and we would work out together, and it just wasn't the same. And so now that I'm able to go back to the gym, I really am grateful for that, and I go and take care of my business. I'm leaving to go to the gym after we finish talking, as a matter of fact.
I was about to ask, for you, you prefer to go in the morning or the afternoon, or for it doesn't matter?
I'm an afternoon gym goer. Well, because I'm at work, I have to be at work by 7:30.
Okay.
And I already get up at 5 or 5:30. So to go to the gym in the morning is just it's not on my radar. And now it's kind of cool because I go to this one gym and I have a bunch of friends there who help me stay accountable. And they're all like, well, where were you yesterday? Like I'll go in today and I'll be like, where were you yesterday? Because I went to another gym yesterday.
I see.
So they hold me accountable. And so it's kind of cool. So I go to see them and to hang out with them and to talk to them. And it also because it's just the afternoon just works better for me.
Say hello to them from me, okay?
They're excited to see the interview. I've already told them all about it.
Oh my God.
They're all like really excited. Yeah. They're like, oh, well, tell us what it and tell you gotta give us the link and all that stuff. I'm like, I will calm down.
Don't ask that to subscribe to the channel as well, please.
Yes. Well, in as much as I know, like what I understand is that you interview people from across the world and sort of get some insight. So that's what I tell them. And I've sent them, like I've told them, and so they may or may not have gone, I don't know. But they have what they need to go if they want to.
Amazing. Next question is, what have you learned during the first lockdown when the world went upside down regarding the COVID crisis?
Oh, that people can be really selfish. And it made me really sad. Like for me, it was a no-brainer. Like stay home, go where you have to go, do what you need to do. But until we figure out what all of this is, don't kill more people. Right. And then as soon as the vaccine became available, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Right. Because and like, I remember getting very emotional when I got the vaccine thinking, okay, so now maybe we can get back to a little bit of normalcy. But I just, especially here, I don't know how it was in the UK, but especially here, just listening to people like, well, I shouldn't have to do this if I don't want to in person. I'm like, yeah, personal freedom is great, but what about the rest of the world? Like, come on. So anyway, I learned that people can be very, very, very selfish. And I also learned that people can be very, very, very giving. And so I choose to look at the people who are giving and try to ignore the people who are selfish. And I'm mostly good at that, but not always.
I think the COVID crisis, in the end, it turned like a political thing, isn't it? Like it became a political, which is sad. I think people, they were thinking more about that than actually the crisis itself, let's say. Yeah,
it was really, really sad.
Cool. We're going in the right direction now. I think the world is come back to normal again.
Well, it's getting there for sure. For sure. I love that the numbers are really, at least in Atlanta, the numbers are really low. And people aren't dying unless you didn't get the vaccine, in which case I'm like, Darwin.
Next one, let's do it. Michael, before the next question, tell me, being a teacher, of course, I'm sure you learn a lot with your children. I'm sure there's a lesson that you've learned something new. I think it's a gift, work with children or teenagers. I think you always get something. Can you share like a lesson that you've learned that you go like, oh my God, I'm so thankful or grateful for my career because I got to see that, or I got to learn that, or I got to, to live this something special?
Yeah. So I get this like every day. So in my classroom, I am the whitest person there ever. All of my students are Black, right? Like, and they're from different parts of the world. So that's kind of cool. I get to learn about all these cultures. But I get a chance every day to learn how to be not only anti-racist, but actively anti-racist. I get a chance to learn every day how to say and what to say and how to be an advocate for that community, and that's really important for me, especially when, you know, a lot of the political stuff that's coming down in America, at least, feels like they're working so hard to be anti-other. So, and by other, I mean like anti-gay, anti-black, you know, anti-Christian, all of that, like all of the stuff that's coming down feels like it's directed at communities of other. You know, I get to learn how to help my kids become better humans and more vocal and more engaged, and they teach me that every day just by being. And that sounds kind of like a cop-out, I guess, but like I learned so much from them in that way. And that, you know, there are a lot of cultural differences, but at the end of the day, we're all so much more alike than we are different. And it doesn't really matter like your age or anything. It's just like we all like, and that's what I teach world literature, and I try to give them the lens of everybody is pretty much just wants to be loved and heard and respected, and they do that in different ways. And so let's try to do that. But the kids are just amazing that they love me as just a human being, and I'm so lucky in that capacity. So yeah, they get to teach me how to advocate for them. So that's kind of cool. I love that.
Amazing. Very good. Next question for you is, if you could go anywhere in the world right now, where would you go and why?
Holy well, I don't know. There would be a beach, and it would be tropical, and it would be warm. I want to say like one of those, like one of those beaches in the over in like Polynesian beaches, if that's the right word, like where there's the water is just that white blue, and you can see all that, and just relax, and not read books, because I love to read. But that would be just like, a beach is always going to be involved in any of my happy places. So yeah, dang, that took me way off guard. But yeah, it would be a beach over like where there's, and probably like where there's a hut that sits out over the water.
Wow.
So that you can watch the water underneath at night. That feels like a thing that I would want to do as well.
Paradise.
Yeah, paradise for me, for sure.
For sure. Ready for another one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Next question. Michael from Atlanta. Next question is, which movie had a big influence on you?
Movie? How are you going to ask an English teacher what movie had an influence on him? I loved, so in the 80s, back when I was in Clemson at college, a movie came out called The Big Chill. And it was filmed in South Carolina, which is where I lived at the time. And it was a uniquely 80s movie, but that it was filmed in South Carolina, and it was about this man who killed himself, and his friends came together at a house and just remembered him. And I don't know why it meant so much to me, but it was also, the music was really timely and kind of fun. And it was just this whole resurgence of this group of friends that had been have been at different ends of the world, and then came back together for this one event that was really sad, but they made it really happy. And that is a movie that sticks. I mean, I could always go with something like, you know, Steel Magnolias, but that's really gay. And so I was like, no, maybe not Steel Magnolias. But I loved the movie. But like, The Big Chill was this movie that just sort of, whenever, even now when it comes on TV, I will watch it. Because it just is sort of one of those movies that makes me feel good inside. It's really a really cool movie.
Very good. Good one.
But books are what get me off, what I enjoy. Books are my thing.
And which one had a big influence on you? Which book you would recommend? You go like, wow, that's something that, or maybe read more than once because
The Catcher in the Rye. The Catcher in the Rye is my all-time favorite forever favorite book. I read it when I was 16. It's about a 15-year-old kid who goes through a real serious mental breakdown, and we get to watch that happen as we're reading it. And it's just so good. And I mean, I read it when I was 16, and I still recommend it to my students today. I've got like 5 students reading it today because of my passion for it. And that's kind of cool. I love that book. Love that book. I love a lot of books, but that's the one that kind of changed my life.
And what's the biggest message in the book?
The biggest message in the book is to just persevere and listen. Holden is the main character. Holden Caulfield is the main character. And like I said, you get to watch him have this big mental breakdown. But he listens to people who actually love him and goes and gets help. And it's kind of cool to watch because you start to see him come out on the other side of it. You don't get to see like there could be another book written on what's going on with Holden after the book, but you get to see him start emerging from this. And it's a really beautiful, beautiful story. I can't believe it hasn't been made. If it had been made into a movie, that would have been my movie and my book, but it hasn't been made into a movie yet.
Maybe after this interview, somebody's gonna watch it and go like, you know what? I'm gonna make a move about it.
That would be awesome. That would be great. I would be there to see it.
Next one.
For sure.
Michael, being a gay guy, did you always have the support of your family?
I didn't always, but I did eventually. So my mom and dad were divorced when I was a kid, and I wasn't close to my dad. My mom found out about me being gay by reading a letter that I had written to someone that I'd asked her to mail that she didn't mail. And in the letter, I was describing a guy that I was going out with. And at first I was kind of horrified that she found out. And then I was like, well, you read the letter, so it's not on me that you found out. It's not my problem. And she at first was not okay. I was heading back to school after summer break. And so that was kind of timely and good because we were able to spend some time apart and let her get better and more used to the idea and have a conversation about that. So that eventually before she died, she was cool. Like she had met partners, people that I dated. She'd gone out with me to like different bars and had a good time, and we would have fun together. My dad said he was okay, but I wasn't sure because every time we would talk on the phone, he would be like, well, you're gay. And I'm like, well, I know, I told you. I think he had a hard time believing it at first, which always baffles me because like I was a cheerleader in high school. I was a dancer. Like I did all of the gay thing. Like, I don't know how he didn't understand. But I think by the time he died, he was at least okay with it. I don't know. Like I said, we weren't close, so I don't know. My brothers, on the other hand, don't talk to me anymore. I have 3 brothers, and they are they're much less okay with it, obviously. So we haven't had a relationship in 10, 15 years. So.
All of them or just one of them?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah, they're obviously not cool with it. And like, here's the deal with that. I started eliminating all the toxicity out of my life about the same time that they decided that they were going to do that. So whatever, I don't miss it. They're fine. It's fine. I have my chosen family here in Atlanta and abroad. My best friend still lives in South Carolina, and we hang out. And so I can go the rest of my life without my brothers, and it'll be just fine.
I see. Next question for you is, who would you swap lives for a day if you could?
No one. No one. I love my life. If I had to pick one person, I would say, no, not her, not Kim Kardashian. I was gonna say Kim Kardashian, but nah. I don't know. Like that baffles me.
But why Kim Kardashian came straight away to your mind? Why?
Because, like, she just has the things, right? She has such access, right? She, like, people know her and they give to her, and she has money and all this other stuff. And I still don't understand why she's famous. Like, I don't get it. If we could all get famous with a sex tape, then why aren't we all famous? But
let's record ourselves having sex and let's put it out.
Let's go. Come to Atlanta. Let's do it.
And after go like, oh, I didn't know it was recording.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, of course. I don't know, know what I mean, with her. I know it was in the sex tape. And some people say that she put it out of there. I don't believe that. But, you know what I mean? It is always adults anyway. Right. So people always going to think about that.
And it seems to have worked out well for her.
So, there we go.
But, honestly, William, I am a very, very lucky man. I get to do what I love doing every day. I have a great support system in Atlanta and abroad and outside of Atlanta. I'd love to make more money, but who wouldn't? I have all of my needs are met. I don't want to trade. I'm good. I'll stay being Michael and just be happy with that.
Very good. Good one. Next question, Michael. Let's do it. You talk about Kim Kardashian. She's already been in the Magic Box, actually.
Has she?
Look at her face. I'm joking. I wish.
Keep trying. She'll do it eventually.
You never know. Yeah, absolutely. Let's put it in the universe. The universe is working. Okay. Yeah. What would your theme song be if you had your own show?
My theme song?
Yeah.
Stronger by Kelly Clarkson. Like, I never get tired of that song. And it isn't so much the theme of my life anymore, but it's still like, when it came out, I was like, I don't know about anybody else, but I judged the times of my life. I remember them by music. And I was probably going through some like tough crap when that song came out. And I was like, oh, okay, I've heard this before, but she puts it to music, and I love Kelly Clarkson. And so I was like, I heard it, and so I was like, so if I was going to have a talk show, it would be Stronger. I think, yeah, no, for sure, Stronger.
Do you consider yourself to be a very strong person, Michael? Like when you look back, when you analyze yourself, you go like, okay, I'm a very strong person, mentally or physically, like, you know what I mean, overall.
Yeah, oh yeah, I do. I've everybody's been through stuff, right? But so 15 years ago I decided to quit drinking, and that was like a big decision that I needed to make. So that has helped me become the strong man that I am today, and helped me become like who I am. Because while I was drinking, it was ugly, and there wasn't like, it got really dark and bad. And like, as soon as I decided to quit, like, things started getting better. Which doesn't mean I don't have adversity, but I have better tools to deal with it. Better tools. That's what this tattoo right here represents. It's a phoenix, but it's just rising up out of everything. So that's me.
Good. The strong Michael. Oh, there we go. 3 questions left for you, okay? Let's do it. Michael, before the next question, as you're saying before, I could see how much you love your job, yeah? But of course, there's always a challenge part as well. What that would be?
Okay, so I would have at first said parents, because we have different extremes of parents. We have parents that don't care at all, and we have parents that care too much and are willing to do anything for their kid for a grade, and that's annoying. I will say that what makes my job the hardest now is that Georgia has just passed legislation that's similar to Florida's "Don't Say Gay" legislation. Yeah, the governor just signed it yesterday, something like that. Anyway, it's supposed to only apply to primary schools, so kindergarten, first, second, third grade. But it's just a matter of time before it applies to all schools. And the idea is that you're not supposed to teach about alternative lifestyles or about gay lifestyles or trans or all that other stuff. So The problem with that is that part of the reason that I'm a teacher is that I want to be the role model that I didn't have. So like there were two teachers in my school, my high school, who were very obviously gay, but I was like, but I'm not you. I don't like, that's not what I feel like I am. And it's okay, of course, to be whatever you are, but that's just wasn't me. And so I try to be the teacher who I just live my life, right? I don't go out of my way to skip into class and say gay, 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 but I talk about my relationships and I talk about my life like other teachers do. And so what makes me nervous now is that a parent is going to not like something that I say or something that I do or a grade that a child earns, and they're going to take that out on me by complaining about the fact that I'm gay. And I'm open about it. And I'm the kind of person, I don't like to be on the radar. I like to fly under the radar, especially at my job, because I'm very good at it. But it makes me nervous to think about the fact that someone could use that against me. And I don't know any other way to be. I don't know any other way to live my life. So that is like one of the things about teaching that makes my life hard. I don't know that it's going to make me give it up, but we'll see.
I see. Let's see. Let's take the challenge. Let the challenge come, and you're gonna know how to deal with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
Next question is: what does family mean to you?
Family is whoever I choose to let into that circle. It doesn't, because obviously, like my blood family is kind of gone, right? My parents are both gone. My brothers and I don't talk. I don't have relationships with anyone else. My family wasn't that big to begin with. Excuse me. So, but I have like my roommate who I consider family. I have my best friend who I consider my sister. Her husband, who is my brother. Like I have people in my life who support me and love me no matter what. And that is what family is to me. And whether they share my last name or they don't, or they share my blood or don't, is really absolutely irrelevant. As long as I've got that support, that's my family, and I'm cool with that.
Absolutely. Family, they're the chosen ones, you know what I mean? Even though if you have a big family, you are close to your family. For example, a lot of people, they consider their best friends, not their family, you know what I mean? They consider, even though they can be closer to their families or sisters, siblings, or, they don't consider them as best friends.
Right.
And that's how life is, you know what I mean? They're going to be, it's like, I think family is a safe place to be. It doesn't matter if they're, you know what I mean, from your...
Right.
Like your blood, or if you choose them, but I think family is the one where you find your peace, your comfort. That's what family is for me as well.
Where you can be yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And confident. Yeah, 100%.
2 questions left. Let's do it. Now that we warm up, now you're ready to answer questions. It's just 2 left.
It's over. Right.
Next question is, tell us about your earliest memory in life.
My earliest memory in life was when I turned 4.
Sweet. Tell me about it.
It's so stupid. Like, I remember waking up that day, because my birthday is November 4th. And I remember waking up and thinking, just for out there, my birthday is November 4th. So I remember waking up.
Mine is November 17th.
Okay, so I'll remember. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Let's go, Scorpio.
So tell me about it.
So I woke up and I vividly remember thinking, it's November 4th and I'm 4 years old.
Oh.
And making that connection. And I don't remember a lot else about the day. I'm sure it was an awesome day because my mom was awesome about making sure that every day was pretty great, but my birthdays were really special. I don't remember a lot else about it, but that's the first thing I really remember is turning 4 and the day that it happened. So, yeah.
in 2 years' time, you're going to be 2024. So another day for you to look it up. Wake up in the morning and say, 2024.
We won't talk about how old I'll be then.
Don't teach down numbers, but just a date for you to connect with your 4
Right. It's the 4th and I'm okay. Right.
And after 44. 2044.
I will not likely be alive.
You never know, Mike. You never know.
Possibly.
Nowadays,
If I'm still healthy, that's great. But if I'm not healthy, then no, thank you.
Ready for
And
the
I
last
still look
one?
like this. Yeah.
Yeah. Last question. Let's do it.
Last one.
Before the last question, people watch the interview. Would you like to become a teacher? Yeah. What would be your best piece of advice for those people?
Make sure that 100% you know that you are not going to get rich doing it. Make sure that you are prepared for the situations that will come up as a result of working with children, and make sure that you're ready for some of those situations to not be so pretty, right? Because you never know what a kid went through that morning. You never know what they're bringing into class. You never know, what's on their mind, and they're kids, and they experience things in a much bigger way than we do. They can't quite get their head around the fact that, what your friend posted on social media today is just a reaction. They don't mean anything by it, because for them, it's like the end of their world.
Oh my God.
You just have to be prepared for that, and not get all because it's easy to freak out. And be prepared for parents, because parents can be real jerks sometimes. I don't have that experience a lot, but I've seen what parents can do to other teachers, and so it can be nasty.
You just mentioned something that I never thought about. In the 80s, let's say, when I was studying, my God, there's no social media nowadays. The teacher, they need to kind of, be ready for this social media thing as well. Oh my God, it's very challenging, isn't it? It can be very challenging.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I never thought about that. I never thought about that. That's nowadays with social media, teacher, they need to be prepared for this as well, because, oh my God.
And things can change like that.
That's
a child can change like that. They see one negative post, one negative something, and they will melt.
Oh my God.
It's ridiculous. It's scary. So I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, nothing has changed from when I was in school and when you were in school, except for the fact that we couldn't broadcast our stupidity the way y'all can and do.
Wow.
If you would just not do that, your life would be so much better.
Oh my God, I never thought about that. Wow.
But they don't believe me. I'm just some old man.
Last question for you is, what does love mean to you?
It means acceptance and perseverance and kindness, and and also, like, what kind of love are we talking about here? Like, if I'm talking romantic love, that's a different level. But regardless, like, loving and accepting and loving and being kind and loving and being an open heart, those are all things that are important when it comes to me and love. And it doesn't matter whether it's a romantic or a friendship or whatever. Like, all of those things are important, and that's how sort of I express my love. I express my love through communication too. I talk a lot, I share a lot, and it makes some people want to roll their eyes, but I can't help it. That's just who I am. That's just how I function in life. So that's kind of what love is to me.
Beautiful.
The physical part comes, but like, the emotional part needs to be there first for me.
Very good. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell me one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Oh, Lord.
So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like. Don't forget to share this video. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game.
Was not prepared for this.
Good, very good. One word for life.
Fullest.
One word for money.
Necessary evil. It's a hyphenated word.
Family.
Heart.
Love.
Openness.
One word for sex.
Connection.
Politics.
Ugh.
Religion.
No thanks.
Fear.
Bad.
One word.
Necessary. Necessary.
Okay. One word for friendship.
Importance.
Desire.
Lust.
Regrets.
No.
Success.
Personal.
One word for wish.
Desire.
One word for happiness.
Inward.
One word for Atlanta.
Awesome.
Georgia.
Eh.
South Carolina. One word.
Backwards.
USA.
Sad.
And the last one now. Teacher. One word.
All-encompassing.
I like this word. All-encompassing. Wow.
What do we do?
Let's pretend now we're going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friends. Tell me the most beautiful thing about Michael, and tell me something that he still needs to work on, to improve on. What your best friend would say.
Like I said, my best friend and I have been best friends since we were 15 years old.
Wow.
She is my heart. She's my sister, and awesome. So the one thing that she would say about me that's good is that I have a true and honest, loving heart, and that never falters. I think she would say that. She would say I'm pretty funny because we laugh a lot, but that's what she would say. And the one thing that she would say I need to work on is probably my confidence. And that's just because like I question a lot of things that I want to do, that I think I should do, that I think I can do. And she is always the one who goes, no, Michael, do it. You've got this. You can do this. I do the same for her because she's an actress. So she gets all overwhelmed. But that's what has built our friendship. That's why we've been friends for 40 years. So 40 plus years. So that's what it is.
Amazing. Do you see some improvement?
Well, yeah. I'm so like I went to grad school and became a teacher. And I will never forget the first day of classes for grad school. I was driving to my school crying and calling her. I was like, who do I think I am to try to do this? And she was just like, just go do it. I'm like, oh, you got it. This personal training thing that I'm getting into, same thing. I was like, who do I think I am to do this? And she's like, well, look at you. Like, look at what you've done with your body. And I have. So it's just that kind of stuff. So she's very good at that for me. But yeah, I mean, always room for improvement.
Very good. Let's play now Michael and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before that, let's play the music one more time. Ooh, I'm already scared. Let's do it. Okay, Michael, you can ask me a question now.
Okay, so sort of along the lines of what you asked me about Atlanta, if I were to come and spend 24 hours with you in your city or wherever you live, what are like 3 things that you would have to take me to do and why?
Right. So I live in London, in England.
Okay.
Right. So, 3 things. First of all, I'll take you to 3 different places in one go, just to be one place. So I'll take you to Buckingham Palace. Yeah. Okay. I'll take you to the Big Ben, and we end up in the London Eye with a tour in the London Eye. Yeah. Okay, just to see a beautiful day like today in London. Okay. After that, I'll take you to Canary Wharf. Canary Wharf is a very modern area in London that not many people know about. So a lot of like high buildings, but also it's very green there. There are a lot of like water. So yeah, Canary Wharf. When friends come to London, I always take them there, and they go like, "Oh my God, that's you don't feel like in London." If you know what I mean, you feel like London's a very modern city anyway, but you don't feel like after visiting those places like Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, you know what I mean? When you go out in a different area in London, you're like, oh my God, doesn't look like London. And also, I'll take you to Canton Town. Canton Town, it's a very trendy place where you can find a lot of hippies, people with tattoos, people with piercings, people being themselves. You walk around, there's like an open market there as well. And you can walk around, there's a canal as well. And also, know Amy Winehouse? You remember the singer Amy Winehouse? The one she lived there, you know what I mean? So it's a very good place to be there. And when people come as well, I take people there, they go like, oh my God, William, that's so, you feel like free there. You feel like freedom. You feel there, people there themselves, you see those people with those, different hairs, different style, different way of dressing up. So yeah, I'll take you to those 3 different places just for you to have an idea, about London, how London can be very diverse, very, you know what I mean, approachable. Also, the gay scene, I'll take you to Soho. It's a very well-known in London, very touristic as well. But I'll take you to Clapham. Actually, I'm going there tonight. Clapham is a very a live place. You find a lot of bars there. If you're free as well, different bars, gay bars there. So yeah, and I can go on and on and on with you. Like I can make you tired in London. I'm
gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you. I'll take you where I'm going to take you here. You take me there.
Let's do a deal. You come to London, I'll take you out, and I come to Atlanta, and you can cook me pasta, a lasagna, and after you can show me around.
Perfect. I'm in for it.
Amazing, Michael.
Awesome.
Did you enjoy the interview?
Very much. Thank you. When I reached out to you, I didn't think that you were going to be at all interested, but yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for taking the time. I know nowadays, I think when somebody gives their time, I feel very happy because, as you know, we are so busy with our own lives. And nowadays, time is a precious thing. When somebody gives their time, it's something nice.
Yeah, 100%.
Before you go, if you can share a positive message or a positive quote, something that inspires you in life.
So this is something that I have been living by for a while, but it just has become more relevant today, and that is that I get 100% of what I don't ask for. So I have recently decided also that I want to get into modeling, right? And just like not high fashion, but commercial modeling. And so I met with somebody the other day, and I asked her about it, and there was that confidence thing, right? And I was like, well, Michael, you're just going to ask her to help you do this. And if you don't ask, you're absolutely not going to get it. So I get 100% of what I don't ask for. And so if I want it, I ask for it.
Amazing. I like that. Hey! Michael, thank you so much for the interview. Enjoy your gym workout now. Enjoy a lot. And you keep in touch, okay? It was a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you.
Thank you, William. I'll see you later.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.